SamuelLaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it, because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school, you did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian who...
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably... Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
That's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bouncing him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
There'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back, it's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws, he's got an open man. Pass top 10, 5, end zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor.
On the next State of Mind.
3 seconds
I came here
left.
to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team.
Call right there by Kevin Whiteman. Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now.
What my father taught me was
sucked everybody up. And Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great, and sometimes you can work really, really hard, and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful, and it may not be in the world's eyes, but. God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things, and I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard, And if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
Live from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, the final hour. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. We'll get to Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Right now, though, it's time for Mayor Monday. It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK 304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
Welcome in to a Monday edition of Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Metro News Midday heard all over the great state of West Virginia. Great radio stations like WJLS in Beckley, our flagship here in Charleston, WCHS, WKMZ Clarksburg, WD&E in Elkins, WKLP Kaiser, WVW Logan, WEPM Martinsburg, WAJR in Morgantown, WSLW White Sulphur Springs, and WKKX, WVLY in Wheeling. Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour, but as we do every Monday, we like to go around the great state of West Virginia introducing you to another great mayor doing great things in his or her town. And today, well, we don't have to go too far, just up the road a little bit from us. We go to Clendenin. We'll welcome in Mayor Kay Summers. Good afternoon, Mayor. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Dave. Thank you, and Amanda, very much for having me on today.
Well, I hate to inform you this. You've only got me today. Amanda leaves at 2, so I hope you'll still do the interview.
You know what? I'll stay with you, Dave.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Because a lot of people say, oh, what, Amanda's not here? Well, I don't want to go. Well, I don't want to be on. But but I appreciate you you've always been very, very kind. I've interviewed you several times on our local shows here in Charleston. So I appreciate you doing the segment. How long have you been mayor?
You know, it's going on the 7th year.
Okay. And why did you want to be mayor of Clendenin?
Because my husband and I love Clendenin so much, and after the flood, it's been 10 years, Dave, since the flood, and everything was really devastating and not happening, and people approached me and asked me, and I was retired from my real job, and I decided to do it, and here I am 7 years later.
And I want to go back to the flood of 2016. It's hard to believe, as you said, it's been 10 years, and people may have seen the television coverage. They heard us, of course, talking about it on the radio, but I don't think people realize what kind of devastation that there was in several areas around the state of West Virginia. But we're going to focus on Clendenin right now. I mean, your town was in effect a very, very large area was in effect destroyed.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, my husband and I personally, in our home, had over 8 feet of water in our home alone.
Wow.
And so the town was destroyed, businesses, homes. We've had to tear down some. We've had lives lost. You couldn't get in town anyway. You tried. The only place you could go was to a mountaintop someplace, or a hill, as we call it here, because there was no flatlands at all available that you could go to. We lost 2 cars, and they were even moved away from our home, and we thought we moved them up out of the flood, but the flood was all over. So it was ugly, it smelled bad, and it's left a lot. But we've been working hard in the last 10 years, and we're going to have a celebration this year on June the 26th and 27th, celebrating our 10th year, and we're asking people to help recover us and help come up and rebuild and clean to come back to Clendenin. We're going to parade to welcome all these people, and have all kinds of things. It's going to be a special celebration this June 26th, 27th, and Dave, we expect you to be here, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking to Mayor Kay Summers of Clendenin. I'm going to go back to the flood time and the days afterwards. Number one, you mentioned about I think people sometimes fail to realize that in the aftermath of a flood, I mean, I'm going to state the obvious here, just how nasty and disgusting floods are, and the smell everywhere. I think sometimes people that have not gone through it just don't understand that.
One of the bad things, and I hate to say this, and I've never had a fire, but with a fire, everything is gone. It's burned up, it's gone. With a flood, it's there. You have to pick it up, you have to touch it, you have to smell it, and then you have to destroy it.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's nothing nice about any of it. But you know what? We're positive now. We're looking ahead. We're tired of looking in the rearview mirror. So we have a lot of things going on in Clendenin that I'd like to share with you.
Yeah, I want to focus on that, but I do want to just say one other thing, and then we'll move on from this. The amount of support that the town of Clendenin, of course, obviously, you know, the residents, everybody pitched in, but the amount of support that you got from elsewhere in West Virginia and all over the country, there were a lot of people that helped out there.
Every week we had someone new from out of state and in the state of West Virginia came, spent weeks. This is something I've learned from that. You know, we read about a disaster like Katrina. I read about that. I had relatives down there. I called. I checked on them. We sent some things because they were not destroyed. And I sort of forget that. I go on about my daily stuff and forget. And then when we had our flood, we don't forget. We're living it every day. And the people that were so gracious to us throughout the United States and throughout West Virginia didn't forget us. They kept coming and coming, and that's what has helped us a lot. But that's so important. If you know somebody, or if you even don't, the flood or the fire is not over in 2 days. It lasts for a long time, years of getting over it.
And you folks have done such a remarkable job of moving on. And again, we're going to move on from talking about the flood to talk about some things in town. I want to talk about the business climate in town, because it just seems to me like every time I turn around, you got a new business coming in to Clendenin.
Well, you know, we're getting ready to get a Mexican restaurant's getting ready to open in the town of Clendenin. We're real excited about that. We have the Clendenin Brewery, which is open Wednesday through Sundays, and they do different activities. It's fun. The brewery has brought so much business to our town. It's a place you can take your kids, your grandparents. You can do it all. And it's a wonderful place. And we have paddlers who everybody loves the food there. We have Lisa's Elk River Boutique that has all kinds of different non-alcoholic drinks and chocolate. It's called a chocolate bar, and now she has little pancakes with bananas I get every morning for my breakfast, and a chocolate milk or some other drink to drink. And so we're doing a lot. We have our Orr's pharmacy that we don't forget about. Everybody thought that when the pharmacy left Clendenin, we'd be without anybody, but we still have Orr's Family Pharmacy, and we're very proud of that. So we have a lot of things going on. We have our pizza. We have our grocery store. It took us like 9 years to get. And I hope people feel I am excited, because I was very excited about that. So we went 9 years without a grocery store, and that has helped us so much. And the people who own it, the Hostins Group, they are wonderful people. They're out of Kentucky, and save a lot, but they've done a fantastic job and are very community-minded with us and all that. So we have a lot of things going, Dave.
Well, that's a lot going on. That's what we like to do in the Mayor Monday segment, is we like to, really pump up these towns, talk about all the good things that are going on. I want to talk a little bit about your wish list. I mean, you mentioned all these great things, all these restaurants, and now the grocery store. What does Clendenin still need, in your opinion? Not a particular business, not a particular name, but I mean, what would you like to see in Clendenin?
Well, I'd like to see a lot of things. I'd like to have a outdoor shop that had fishing and hunting and all the things that you do, like a small Cabela's, but not really a Cabela's,
right,
but
yeah.
something on that line. I would like to have a couple of nice restaurants that you could have some nice dining, so we don't have to go to Charleston. Dave, one of the things about Clendenin people is Charleston is our city. we have to go to the Charlestons to go to the doctors, the lawyers, the courthouse, the movies. All that happens in Charleston, and people don't realize that. And so we are a part of Charleston that sometimes they forget. But we're working hard. We're working on the movie theater to bring it back, and it'll be a arts and community, a deal that we can have different arts programs and things. So we're trying, but we still have to depend on other people. I can mention some things coming up if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, we're working on a comprehensive plan for the town of Clendenin. The regional government council is helping us with that. We have a facade. The Elk River Trail is offering Elk River facade grant that only business people can get and do the outside of their business, and it's $20,000. So we're encouraging everybody in town that has a business, a building or something to apply for that. We have our ATV permit for four-wheelers, ATVs, golf carts, and that's there. Corton Lodge, which is up Route 4, about 5 miles from here, is having an Easter Fun Day, March the 21st. Everyone's invited. We have a free movie for everybody once a month. It's March the 28th. It's the last Saturday of the month at 7:30. In the winter, we do the community center. In the summer, we do the outdoor either on Main Street or at our Little League field. And this week, it's going to be a movie, and they're asking you to dress as your favorite animal. So that's going to be exciting.
All right.
Go
ahead.
We have the Clendenin Little League opening day is April 1st. That's a big deal. We have a parade and everything there. We have a blood drive April 2nd. We have Clendenin has an Easter celebration on April the 4th. We have an Easter egg hunt. We have a parade. We have inflatables. We have music, and we have the Easter bunny. And senior lunches. We provide senior lunches every day for the folks from 10:45 to 11:15. Those guys like to eat early, and that's at our community center. So we're working hard.
What's a big selling point for the town? If somebody's listening to us right now and they're thinking about maybe relocating or maybe a business coming in or just a family coming in, what do you use, Mayor, as a selling point for Clendenin?
Well, first of all, we're a very friendly town. We are a clean town. We have tried to clean up a lot. We have the trail. The Elk River Trail goes right through our town, so there's exercise, there's biking, there's hiking. We have the brewery. We're only 21 miles from Charleston, and we can get on 79 and go to Morgantown, or we can go down 79 and get on 64 and go to Marshall. So there's a lot that we have, but I just think it's enough. We have the rivers. We have 3 boat ramps, and people can kayak, they can tube, they can fish, and there's just so much that we can do. That's what I said. I think a sports facility that we could open up, I think would do really well up here.
And this is an area too, Mayor, I do want to get this in there, that has really, really embraced the whole. It's interesting to me that you had the devastation from the river, but as a town, it's the very thing that almost destroyed it is what is saving it now.
That's right.
When you think
You're
about
exactly right. You're exactly right, and that brings people in town. From here on out, we've already had people in kayaks and doing that. But the river is, I'll tell you, there's nothing prettier than the Elk River. And we are very lucky to have it. And there's nothing uglier that we had. But, like I say, I don't want to look in the rearview mirror. I want us to go ahead and, but there's so many people, Dave, that we just need to thank. And I'd love to be able to thank all those people that came from all those different states. And thank all the people who came from Charleston. We had doctors, we had lawyers, we had beggars, we had everything up here helping us clean, and it was fantastic. It was just, we had a lot of politicians that took off their ties and their jackets, and they didn't even politic that much. They worked, and so we appreciate all that. We really do.
Mayor, I always end the Mayor Monday segment every Monday by asking every mayor a simple question, okay? And here's yours, all right? When you come to Clendenin, the one thing Well, it could be more than one. The one thing or two that you must see, do, or take part in is what?
Well, I think the trail. I think we need to do the trail. I think we need to do the river. I think we need to go to the brewery. I think we need to go to Lisa's coffee shop. I just think there's a lot of things we need to do. And I want you to stop by our grocery store and get your drinks and snacks before you do whatever. But we'd love for you to come. We welcome you. We're willing to show you around. And we just have a lot of new things. Bring your four-wheeler, bring your golf cart, and ride around. It's fantastic.
Mayor Kay Summers of Clendenin, appreciate you being here on Mayor Monday. Thanks a lot. We'll talk soon.
Dave, thank you. And again, you're in my prayers.
Thank you. 221, Mayor Kay Summers of Clendenin. I do think it's very interesting. And, when people talk about Clendenin, and there are other areas of the state that have been devastated by floodwaters, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years. But you talk about I was in Clendenin within probably 6 months of the flood, and it looked like literally it had just happened. That's how bad it was. And to see the way that community and that town has completely turned it around and embraced, of all things, the river. It's kind of interesting because she said there's nothing prettier, nothing uglier. I was thinking it's a lot like our families, isn't it? Nobody gets on your nerves like your family does, but you'll fight to the death to defend them. You know what I'm talking about? That's the way that. That's the way that life in the river community is. Hey, we feature a different mayor every Monday on the Mayor Monday segment. If you would like to nominate your mayor, or you'd like to nominate a mayor of a town that you're fond of, drop us an email, midday@wvmetronews.com, midday@wvmetronews.com. You can reach out to me or Amanda on social media, Dave Allen Radio on Facebook for me, or at DaveA70 on X. It is 2:22. It's Metro News Midday. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. Nothing but your calls and text at 1-800-765-TALK. It's the phone number, or you can text 304-TALK-304. We'll take a break and come back after this.
On the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
With Metro News Hotline, If it's trending, it's probably here.
And then the other thing, his last name is one of those weird Norwegian names where they have two vowels that slam into each other. It's like the A and the E are like cemented into each other.
You're like the 12th Dave that works here. What do you think people from Norwegian think about that?
That is fair.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Welcome back to the show, 226 Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. If you have a child who's a junior in high school in the state of West Virginia, know someone that does, this is for you, an opportunity to win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan. Room, board, tuition, and fees, 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. Deadline to enter, though, is May 3rd. Full details available, wvmetronews.com. Simply go to the website, click on the Apply Now button, and again, the deadline is May 3rd, wvmetronews.com. 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. We'll get to Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour, 1-800-765-TALK. That is the phone number. Or you can text 304-TALK-304. And based on the text I've already got, you guys got a lot on your mind today. And we'll get to as many of those as we can coming up after 2:30. I did want to mention this. We're just, before you know it, the primary election will be here. Legislature just wrapped up Saturday night. And so once the smoke settled, I don't know, though. I think some folks are going to continue to talk about this legislature for some time. We are, I know, because we got a lot of things to a lot of folks that want to come on to talk about it. But I did want to mention this: the May primary election again will be here before you know it, and so several county clerks around the state of West Virginia, I would say at one point the majority of them will, if not all, are sending out letters. And someone sent me one of those that just happened to be from a county clerk, and they're sending out letters to their voters, basically reminding you of the changes when it comes to the primary election. Now, again, we've talked about this a whole lot, but at their meeting a few months ago, the West Virginia Republican Party opted to keep their primary closed. This was a decision that they had made before. So what does that mean? Well, it means that only folks that are registered as Republicans will be allowed to vote in the primary. In the past, in West Virginia, if you are a registered independent, and a lot of folks are, you were able to go in and say, I am an independent when you check in, but I want a Republican ballot or I want a Democratic ballot. Well, that is not the case anymore if you want to vote Republican. Now, you can still, as a registered independent, you can still vote Democrat. You can request a Democrat ballot, but you cannot request a Republican ballot. And so even though this has been well documented, there's going to be those folks that are going to show up for early voting or show up on Election Day and be pretty PO'd that they are an independent and they aren't allowed to vote. So a lot of county clerks, as I said, appreciate somebody who sent me the letter that went out for one county clerk, basically reminding people of that. And you could also, of course, go and check out your party affiliation to make sure that you are still registered to vote. Because, again, the May primary election will be here before you know it. But make sure you know of that change. And whatever you do, don't take it out on the poor poll worker, okay? They're just doing their job. All right, we'll take a break. Open Line West Virginia coming up. Stay with us. And now we'll go to the Metro News anchor desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. Governor Patrick Morrisey responding to some of the things passed in the 60-day regular legislative session. Morrisey says one of those bills would allow the state to start collecting $199 million from the federal government for rural health care improvements. He says improving health care is a key to doing much more.
A stronger economy, more efficiencies, increasing the per capita income of our citizens, which feeds back in to allow people to get even healthier. And then you have a growing workforce.
Morrisey held a news conference earlier today at the Capitol. West Virginia employers will not have to go through an extra step called E-Verify to check the eligibility status of people they hire. The bill did not gain final approval of the legislature before the midnight deadline passed Saturday. Jefferson County Senator Patricia Rucker was arguing in favor of the bill, saying the final version had already been weakened.
We exempted new businesses, any business that's 5 years or less. We exempted businesses 50 that have less than 50 employees.
The House was not interested in approving the bill. See comprehensive legislative coverage at our website, wvmetronews.com. National Weather Service has placed West Virginia's eastern panhandle counties, Jefferson, Morgan, and Berkeley counties under a tornado watch until 7 o'clock tonight. There have been some tornado warnings in surrounding states near the panhandle. You're listening to Metro News, for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
There's no vape tax increase out of this year's legislative session. It was part of the income tax cut bill, but the House took out the vape tax and passed a 5% cut in the income tax. State Senate ended up agreeing with that move. Senate Finance Committee Chairman Jason Barrett says when it gets down to it, the tax cut is a higher priority.
The important part is that the people of West Virginia are going to receive a 5% personal income tax cut, and that's where the focus of the Senate has been, to be able to provide the largest tax cut that we could get the House to agree to.
Increasing the vape tax could have brought in about $22 million. From the Metro News anchor desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. 26 minutes away from 3 o'clock. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit SalangoLaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. March weather, you got to love it. Because I checked, I was just looking on my phone there during the break, and it said snow forecast over the next hour, 100%. And wasn't it just yesterday and the day before that we were out and about and enjoying the wonderful weather? It was like in the Charleston area, it was 70 degrees at midnight last night. By the time we head into the evening hours tonight, it's going to be in the 20s in West Virginia. And you just heard, many of you did on many of these stations, Jeff's News, talking about the winter weather advisories and so on and so forth for certain parts of the state, especially the mountains. I mean, in most areas, the ground's going to be the ground's going to be a little bit too warm, but you are going to see some snow flying. So we go from on record, the temperature of the high for today will be like 70, but that was like at midnight, okay? And then tomorrow, temperatures primarily in the 20s and 30s all over the state of West Virginia, but it's going to rebound as we head toward the weekend. I will say the weather was absolutely fantastic on Saturday. There were so many different events going on around the state of West Virginia, particularly here in the Charleston area. We had the Green Chili Shootout over at Capitol Market. I was over there for that. Big I don't know where that accent came from. St. Patrick's Day party downtown Charleston, and we just had a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure you did in your town as well. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Texas was a pay raise addressed for the state workers of West Virginia. Our state workers already fall 20 to 45% behind other states for the same job and title that other states offer in the same departments. Yes, there was indeed a pay raise. Text says, if anyone is disingenuous, it's Mike Pushkin, disingenuous. And they quote him by saying, in an effort to protect child abusers, is what he said. No one's trying to do that. Burkhammer's amendment took what the Senate had and made it better. No one is saying that. It puts time limits on the start of the investigation that the Senate didn't have. It was better. And it passed overwhelming because it was better. Pushkin is not just disingenuous, he's a liar, says the texter. Text says, yet another wasted legislative session. What did they do to help everyday West Virginians? Well, I think that all depends on your perspective, because there's going to be a whole lot of people that said, oh, they did a bunch of things, and other people said they didn't do anything. Text says, how about a little love for the WVU rifle team that just won their 21st national championship, not to mention back-to-back. We are working on having someone on the show. I know the guys, the folks in Sportsline have talked about it. We'll do our best for midday as well. Text says, Amanda and Dave, here's my view of the legislative session that is supposed to represent my thoughts. The number one priority was to make sure rich kids got their way paid whenever they want to go to school, and they want me to do it. They make sure they got a 5% tax cut for the rich people, which is a lot more than for the poor people. They made sure the child abuse could happen by parents. Apparently, they're okay with that. And they made sure that a kid could carry a gun and get a gun whenever they want to kill as many people as possible. But they're against public education, especially special needs kids and middle class and poor people. With all the cuts they made, they don't represent me. I must be in the minority. Text says, is the market pumping today for a dump tomorrow? Or Miss Strait is uncertain. Iranian counterattacks, or moves, I should say. Iranian counterattacks are uncertain. Increased American involvement is uncertain, but the metrics of the market are going in a positive direction. Or are we transitioning to a war economy where the mission creep will be economically beneficial? 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, can I just say how much I love that a strip club is sponsoring the Tough Man competition? How West Virginia is that? Well, they're a legitimate business. Text says, sick of hearing about tourism like you were talking about this morning. We need more real jobs, not tourism, which doesn't pay anything. Well, I mean, the tourism industry itself is not known for a lot of high-paying jobs. However, when those of us that are beating the drum of tourism are talking about the amount of money that it brings in to the state of West Virginia. Texas, $38 trillion and counting in debt, a house of cards stock market propped up by businesses that don't produce tangible goods, geopolitical instability, stagnant wages, more job losses than creation, continuing price increases. I've been hearing the K-shaped economy only benefits the wealthy. I think this is what that is, says the texter. Text says, what a disgusting session. That's all. Text says, if anything, this session shows that Republicans will stop at nothing, not even protecting child abusers to get what they want. They are following their hero, Trump. Text says, great girls basketball tournament. Love girls sports, and let's go WVU women. Text says, Trump administration says high gas prices are good. Sorry, bud, but I, as well as many others, don't own an oil company. Text says, 38 years on the radio. You sure sound like you're 31. No. I don't know about the voice part of it, but I can tell you that if you hear the way I complain, as they like to call it, old man shaking fist at cloud is what they call it here, then no, I sound more like, 91, I think. But I guess that was a compliment, so I appreciate the text. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, snow is flying in hurricane right now. Text says, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. That should be a song. They should. Text says, Dave, kudos to you and Amanda Barron. In my opinion, your show is quickly rising to the top of radio excellence. Very informative. And also kudos to those behind the glass as well. That's you, Ryan and Stephanie. That's you. 19 minutes away from 3. Appreciate. We've, I guess March 24th will be our 1-year anniversary if we, don't get fired before then. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. We'll take a break. Come back after this.
Welcome to Biscuit Country, where joy is measured one ladle at a time, where smiles come with a side of gravy, warming the soul. Start your morning at Tudor's Biscuit World with our super breakfast. Or dig into the Big Tater. Crispy potatoes topped with eggs and bacon, then crowned with savory gravy. And don't forget the classic, gravy over a biscuit. Welcome to Biscuit Country, where at Tudor's, you're always home.
At Glenville State University, we are pioneers. With over 45 undergraduate degree programs, 17 NCAA athletic teams, and countless campus organizations and activities, we're here to help you build your story while becoming a part of ours. Glenville State University, your dream, your future, your story. Visit glenville.edu today for more information.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
With Metro News Hotline, if it's trending, it's probably here.
And then the other thing, his last name is one of those weird Norwegian names where they have two vowels that slam into each other. It's like the A and the E are like cemented into each other.
You're like the 12th Dave that works here. What do you think people from Norwegian think about that?
That is fair.
Join Dave weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Welcome back to the show. 14 away from 3 o'clock. It is Metro News Midday, brought to you by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. You can text 304-TALK 304. It's open line. West Virginia text says the Republican Party is fractured, and it's going to show in the elections later this year. There have been disagreements within the Republican Party, and we had earlier on the show, we had State Republican Party Chair Josh Holstein, and I asked him about that. I just asked him, are you concerned about this? Because there were some people, especially on Rayleigh's Law, there were some Republicans that were very upset. I mean, many of them were very vocal in interviews with the media and social media, so on and so forth. I mean, Chair Holstein, who was also a delegate from Boone County, was one of the people that said that he was in support of it. But I don't know. I mean, I think time will tell. I do think it is interesting the amount of Republicans that are running in the primary. And again, you have that when you have a super duper majority, as the Republicans have, and the Democrats had it for many, many years. I mean, it used to be said in southern West Virginia that the only race was in the primary, because at one point in southern West Virginia, in the area where I'm from, there were basically no Republicans. Everybody was a Democrat. And so pretty much everything was over in the May primary. The only thing you had to vote for was if it was a presidential year, or maybe, one of the, Senate. I mean, as far as local goes, no, wasn't happening. There just weren't any Republicans. And now it's changed. Now it's swung completely around the other way. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. I will say this, though. I do think it is, as I said, interesting, the number of Republicans that are running in the primary, taking on other Republicans. But I also think it's interesting that that Republican operatives, people that work behind the scenes, I'm not talking about like party chairs necessarily, but I'm talking about people that work behind the scenes to get people elected, have said, we got to get rid of some of these Republicans that are in there now because they're just too far right. And they're getting very involved in these races. Text says, Dave, sounds like the legislature failed again. Do we need new leadership? Maybe we're better off if they don't get anything done. Is there a difference between, says a texter, independent voter and nonpartisan voter? Well, it all depends on the state. There is an actual independent party nationwide. And I was reading, there was a story a couple of years ago that a bunch of folks out in Hollywood were really, really pushing people to register as independent, and a lot of people registered as the American Independent Party. So, but yeah, I think, again, I think that even though we've put it out there, other news organizations have, it's been on social media and so on and so forth. I think that that when people show up on election day or early voting, and when they are those that tend to vote Republican, vote a little bit more conservative, but they're registered independent for one reason or another, I think if they walk into their polling place and they say, I am an independent, but I want a Republican ballot, and they are denied that by the poll workers, which that's what the poll workers have to do, I think there's going to be some upset people. And if you're that upset about it, as I said, don't take it out on the poll workers. The poll workers are just doing their job, okay? Don't take it out on the legislature, because it wasn't the legislature that did it. It was the state Republican Party. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, when are we going to get serious about homelessness in this state? The camping bill was a good bill, says a texter. Text says, what? A shooting in Charleston at a bar? What are the odds? Yeah, there had a shooting. It was actually outside a bar in Charleston during the overnight hours, Saturday into Sunday. Text says, Dave, Trump said the attack on Iran would be over in 3 days. It's been over 2 weeks now. He said we have the most powerful military on the planet and we don't need our allies' help. Now he's begging for help from the allies. He's criticizing. Let Israel put boots on the ground. This is all for them anyway, says a texter. Text says, no one wants these criminal vagrants everywhere. Morgantown is littered with them. Text to Dave, my utilities and food and gas keep going up. No help from Republicans or from the Republican-controlled legislature. We need change, says a texter. Text says, Delegate Fluharty should have carried that picture of Rayleigh into the chamber and made every delegate and senator who voted against Rayleigh's law look at it. Disgusting. Well, he referenced in his floor speech, did Delegate Fluharty Saturday night, that because of him, this was his words, because of him, those displays were not welcome inside on the House floor anymore, because he did just that before. So there was a giant picture of Rayleigh on the outside of the chamber. Text says, Dave, it's time for change. Independents and Democrats will make that change. Fasten your seatbelts. Women for change, says a texter. Text says, in the meantime, while nothing significant happened in the legislature, the people of McDowell County still have brown water. Text says, Dave, that was the good old days when the Dems had control. Well, they had it for 83 years. Text says, hey, Dave, I do believe the West Virginia GOP has the right to exclude independent voters, but they shouldn't have included them in the first place and then exclude them. Yeah, the parties can set their own rules, and the Democrats did it for years. They have the right they absolutely have the right to set the rules for their primary. My question is I just don't think that it was a smart thing to do, but I'm a registered independent. I'm not upset about it. It's their party. They can cry with it. No, I'm sorry. It's their party. They can do whatever they want. They can set the rules. But I will, I'll show up and vote for, school board. I care judicial races. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, Dave, I saw where WCHS Television changing their name to just 8. You should change your name to a letter. You should change your name to a number. May I suggest 6-7, says the texter. We got jokes. Text says, glad we have a president who will rip the bandage off and finally deal with the Iranian problem. 2:54. We'll take a break and wrap it up after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
On the next State of Minds. I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Welcome back to the show. National news here. There's some sort of a police presence going on in Norfolk, Virginia, as we speak. Something big going on in Norfolk. Your national news will have more on it coming up at the top of the hour. Dave Weekley is here. Do you know what I discovered over the weekend, Dave? I was at the Green Chili shootout over at Capitol Market. And Market Mayhem, because they had a wrestling event there, too.
How did that go?
I did not stay for that.
Okay.
I did not stay for that. But I was there as a judge for the Green Chili Shootout. This was an international, this was an international competition. The people that won here get to go elsewhere. And a lot of people that entered here weren't from here. You know, they're professionals. I discovered this, and I've judged it in the past, but over the last couple of years, I've discovered I really like green chili. A lot.
I saw your video on Facebook, and it made me think about it. I think in my entire life, I probably had green chili less than 5 times.
I love it. Man, it's so good. It's so good. It's very good.
Who won? Did a local good dude win?
I don't know.
Oh.
Because as a judge, all you have is a number to keep it fair. So you don't. And they it's like your royalty, man. They put us all in the back and they just bring us cups of chili, and everything's numbered. And it was like, I think there was, I want to say 20 entries. And so you just make your little comments here or there. But no, I can tell you who I voted for. But I can't even tell you who that was. I just have a number. Number one was the best, in my opinion. I don't know who won. But
so the contest was Saturday?
Yeah.
How are you feeling Sunday?
I'm feeling fine, man. I'm feeling fine. Actually, frequently I will do these contests and I go home and I'm hungry. My wife will say, well, you just came for, I said, well, I only had one bite.
Yeah, I know.
Just had one bite of each one. Hotline coming up on many of these same Metro News station with Mr. Weekley, Mr. Coop, and the entire Hee-Haw gang coming up. That's an old reference for you right there.
There you go.
All right. So I will see you tomorrow. Metro News Midday. We'll be back again to do it all over again. Till then, have fun. I love somebody.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it. Because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school, you did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AD, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.